flow rate calculations are one of the most common things people get stuck on in water exams. And it's not because they're difficult, but because it's easy to overthink them. In this video, we'll walk through flow rate calculations step by step using a simple example. So, flow rate is really simply put just how much water moves past a point over a certain time. And that's it. So again, how much water is moving past a certain point. So let's say this, and we know over a period of time. So in a formula format, that is simply flow rate is equal to the volume over time. Now, you'll usually see flow rate written in different kinds of units like liters per second, gallons per minute, or cubic meters per hour. These are all different units, but they all represent the same idea. They all mean volume over time. So, my apologies, time. So, let's go over a really simple example. So let's say we collect 600 liters of water in 2 minutes and we want to know the flow rate. So we're given volume is equal to 600 liters. We know our time is equal to 2 minutes and we want to know the flow rate. So step one, write down everything I know. So I'm given my volume, I'm given my time. Step two, we use our formula. So we know that flow rate is equal to volume over time. And I'm simply going to plug and play. So my volume is 600 liters and my time is 2 minutes. And when we calculate that, we get 300 liters per minute. So sometimes in exams, you might be asked to convert units. So for example, they might actually want my answer of 300 liters per minute. They may ask me, what is it liters per second? So let's solve that. So we have 300 liters per minute. And we want to know what is that in seconds. So I know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. And I'm going to do simple conversion because I know that my minute on my numerator and the minute on my denominator are going to cancel out. And this is the conversion rate that I'm using. And when I go 300 multiplied by 1 over 60, or simply 300 divided by 60, we are going to get 5 liters, and the new unit, my minutes crossed out, it's 5 liters per second. So really, don't rush this step. Unit mistakes are quite simply where the most errors happen. So flow rate calculations, they show up everywhere. They show up in hydrant testing. They show up in pump sizing. They show up in chemical dosing. And they even show up in system monitoring. So if you're comfortable with this, a lot of other calculations get easier. So again, I want to really reiterate that the most common mistakes that we see when we are solving these problems is mixing up steps, mixing up units, skipping steps, or trying to do it all in your head. Really, the fastest approach doesn't mean it's always the most accurate. The safest approach is going step by step, writing it out clearly, and taking your time to ensure you are using the right units. You are writing out all of the units. I see a lot of times we have people will just write 600 divided by 2 and they'll give an answer of 300. But this doesn't tell me anything. I need to have my units at all times. So if flow rate calculations have ever felt intimidating before, they really don't have to. It's simply just volume over time, one step at a time. And if you're learning water systems and want clear explanations like this, you can subscribe. We post videos like this regularly.